Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Let's dive right back into the action, Sam, and get us on our way.
So last time
on Critical Hit.
Critical Hit.
Yay! She said it!
I may have had some requests to do so. I'm just trying to be nice to the fans.
It is great. It is great when they track her down and they're like, "Hey, Sam, love what you're doing. Love the thing. Don't mess with the formula. It makes us mad."
Yeah.
If you don't say last time, we're gonna point and laugh, and it'll be bad.
You guys had a interesting encounter in a cactus forest, and you were heading on out of there. What do y'all do?
Well,
I whistle for my horse.
Well, your horse trots up to you at the edge of the cactus forest, as she does not want to go too close to all the craziness that was going on in there.
I know, it makes sense.
Okay. Your horses are all where you left them.
That's
I assume that someone brought Eshin's horse, expecting to meet him, and then, not meeting him because he was not there.
Yep, we did that.
Yeah.
So
you ride?
We ride.
We ride for redemption.
I put my headband back on and then ride.
Out of the west, a cloud of dust, a lizard head, and a weird-looking guy in a mask, and a hearty hi-yo wildfire.
So one thing I hadn't mentioned before is Dawn. Dawn cannot keep up with the horses, being a dog. She can run pretty fast with the horses for a while, and then when it seems like she would get tired, she just darts off into usually some form of woods or brush or something like that. And then when you stop to rest, she's there.
That happens. That's something that Dawn does.
That is interesting.
How is that interesting? She's just a dog. I mean, sometimes dogs do this. Are you telling me you've never had a dog just sort of disappear into the woods and then show up later at that?
But not at the same time.
Disappear from a friend's house and show up in your yard.
Yeah.
24 hours. God, stupid dog.
You're telling me you've never seen The Incredible Journey? It's like that. Except
every day.
Not sure what you mean by this.
Well, that was out of character.
Yes.
Dawn has a green prickly pear fruit that she keeps bringing to you, hoping for you to throw.
I throw.
She fetches and brings it back.
I sling it underhand to try and get more depth out of it.
That is extra exciting. It's now kind of chewed on and covered in drool, but she seems to still think it's a good toy.
Dog drool is good for cuts. I hand it to Eshin and see if he will chuck it really far.
Do you actually ask me to? Or do you just hand me a prickly pear that's been chewed on?
More likely hand it to you and go, you should go. Try.
I'll chuck it.
And then chase yourself.
Yeah, it goes much, much, much further than Alder can throw, and Dawn takes off after it.
What are you implying about my throwing skills?
I'm implying that your strength mod is very low.
It's hurtful.
And that mine is ridiculous?
Yes. So yeah, aside from dog antics, anything else anyone wants to do on the way to redemption?
No.
How far do we have yet to get back to town?
It's, at this point, probably a good 6 hours.
And do we have 6 hours left in the daylight?
Yes. Yeah, you will get there around sunset.
What are we going to do when we get back into town?
We need to find Mrs. whatever her name is.
Greenwood.
Greenwood, thank you. We need to find Mrs. Greenwood and see if she is part of this entire interaction, or somehow merely a pawn, or whether she has any idea at all.
That is our main lead at this point. I also need to send some telegrams, but I don't know if the office is going to be open when I get in.
And I should really check on the state of the shrine.
I, too, should look into situations.
I believe the state is still Texas.
I'm going to go with him. Like she told me to.
Makes sense.
Pointing to Russell.
So,
should we find Mrs. Greenwood as soon as we get home, or is this something that we need to do in the morning, or?
We need to ascertain her location, definitely. At the very least, her last few whereabouts.
Okay. Well, we would definitely check with the main railway office and see if anyone has seen her. I mean, we were for sure, Sam knew that golem that we dealt with was Mr. Greenwood, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think one of us should talk to Mr. Palmer about the loss of his chief engineer.
How are you going to bring that up to him? We don't really have a corpse.
That's a good question. We'll probably have to say that his body was too far gone to bring home, and we had to bury it there.
I would say maybe let us keep that under wraps for now. It is possible that will rock the town harder and make it more difficult for us to move around.
Well, it's going to be very interesting if we get back to town and Mrs. Greenwood is there and the town doesn't already know that he's dead.
Yes. There's a lot that we're going to be able to ascertain by the state of the town, which is also something to keep in mind. It is entirely possible that all of these plans will be unnecessary if the owl is in fact there and the corruption has advanced to a certain degree.
That's my worry as well. I mean, we saw what happened in the warehouse. I'm afraid of seeing that on a wider scale.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Mrs. Greenwood is involved in this?
I don't know what to think.
What do your instincts tell you,
possible.
Mr. Hanging the Judge?
I think that she might be. I think we'll have to look into this. I think we should probably work under the assumption that she probably is involved in some manner, at least.
Furthermore, somebody seems to be aware of my movements specifically and seems to be working against me. So there is that possibility as well that we're going to have to deal with. It is hard to tell if all of these are connected or if the Greenwoods are simply caught up in this situation. But I can't think of any other reason why somebody would be trying to hinder my investigation.
Who would know that you were in Texas?
I look at the dog. Give it a stare. Yes, who would know that you're back in Texas?
Are you staring at my dog?
Unfortunately, it could be any number of things. As you have seen, we are dealing with sort of infra-world situations, and it is entirely possible that my whereabouts were ascertained magically, but also it is possible that there is someone in my organization that is feeding someone else information. But not really knowing, my best bet is to continue on as though none of that info, or as though I have not, as though I do not suspect that. So I am going to get into town and file my reports as usual and see if I can ascertain anything through there.
This is, I'll be honest, new to me because I don't know how the criminal underworld shares information across great distances. Obviously, we were ambushed at one point, and so they knew we were here or coming. So
the plus side of being a criminal is that you get to use legal means and illegal means. So they just have more options available to you.
You remember what they say: telephone, telegraph, tell a fey creature that will telepathically tell everyone you know. So they don't say that where you're from?
No.
Just me?
Exactly.
Oh. Just me then. Things are different in North Carolina, is what I'm saying.
I'm definitely going to want to be checking in on the Renfields. I will see if they perhaps know anything or if their activities since my absence may tip us in any other directions as well.
Okay. So, I guess, so out of character question, Sam. Do we know where the Greenwood house is?
Yep.
Okay. So, now back in character. So, do we want to go directly to the Greenwood home, or do you want to go to the telegraph office and file your report?
What I would prefer to do, but understand if you are reluctant, is for you to see if you can track down Miss Greenwood, since you would be able to see her, to recognize her by looking at her, correct? You have met her.
Correct.
I have not, so if I go into the bar and start asking around, they will know that someone is asking around. If you simply manage to catch a glimpse of her, then that would be fine. So if you want to go by her house, see if people are there, maybe go to the inn, ask a few questions there. I can join you, but I do need to check on the telegraph office first.
Okay.
Do we want to try both at once?
We can.
Splitting our focus.
I mean, I have no problem going with Eshin to the Greenwood house. That's fine.
It's actually going to be a little later by the time you guys arrive, because you spent some time in the cactus forest, and that was a bit of a detour. So, that just to inform you, it'll be almost like around 8. So some things are probably going to be closed by the time you get into town.
They do roll up the streets.
Okay. Well, still wouldn't hurt to go by her house.
I agree.
I think she's talking about the telegraph office.
Ah, okay. So we roll into town.
Okay.
I go.
As we approach town, I'm probably going to roll off and make my own way separate from the party.
Well, Mr. the Hanging Judge, thank you for your help.
I will keep in touch.
Okay.
And he disappears in a cloud of dust.
Yes.
He throws down his ninja bombs.
Disappears in a puff of logic.
So I go over to the stables.
Cool.
And
yep.
maybe
Boyd
everyone else goes with us. I don't know, but I return Palmer's horses.
Mm-hmm. Boyd looks you all over somewhat suspiciously. It's like, interesting group you have here.
Yes.
And did you do whatever it was you were doing for Mr. Palmer?
I took care of something, but I don't think it's complete yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then.
Have there been any goings-on since we left? It's been several days.
Yep.
Such as?
He just kind of stares at you flatly. I run the stables, not the gossip mill.
I stare back at him very intently.
Does it seem like he's asking for like a bribe or something?
No, he just seems like a really antisocial dude.
Mm.
Well, I'm sure if there was something important, you would tell us.
I would tell someone.
Just keep staring at him.
I don't see a
Do I have an
star
intimidate?
on you, Mr. Carpenter.
If you would like to see a star, I'm sure we could arrange for the sheriff to come and speak with you.
I
Okay.
don't think there's a need for that.
Apparently my intimidate didn't work, so.
No, he seems entirely unfazed. He folds his arms in front of him, which are fairly burly. I mean, you are stronger than him, almost assuredly, but he just doesn't seem impressed by you.
Very well, Boyd. I'm hoping that if there is ever anything that you need from us, that we will be more accommodating to you.
Oh, I doubt there's anything I'll be needing from you.
And just leave.
Okay.
I walk backwards away from him.
Like point at your
Keeping my
eyes, point
looking
at
at
him.
him. Yes, exactly. 2 eyes to me, 1 eye to him. And slowly back out the barn door and around the corner.
He watches you go.
That was very intimidating.
He is not a nice person. I mean, Alder, you've known him for a long time.
He has rough edges, but he can be pleasant enough.
I suppose.
I might possibly have cheated a few times at cards, and he just laughed rather than punch me until I died. So I consider that to be a kind of a plus, really.
Mm.
But yes. Do we wish to see if the telegraph office is closed or open? Or
If you two want to go there, I can head over to Mrs. Greenwood's.
No, better
I
just
don't know about that.
head over. No, I think if you can head to Greenwoods, I will go to the bar, to the inn, and see if there is anything. If there's any hubbub. That's what it says in English, right? Hubbub.
Yes. Do you want me to see if Mrs. Greenwood is there? Do you want me to
Yes,
ask
only
questions?
check to see if she is there, or if it is reasonable to believe that she is there. Do not approach her at this stage. We do not know her involvement.
Okay. Come on, Ishan. And we
Okay.
head off towards that part of town where the Greenwood house is.
Alder, if you want to come to the bar with me, something tells me gossip will find its way to you faster than it will to me.
That seems wise. Also, if, for instance, Mrs. Greenwood is in town, I know what she looks like.
Perfect.
Excellent.
And what is the hanging judge doing?
Oh, I think I'm gonna make my way.
Just hanging.
Yes, hanging around. Make my way to Dexter and basically have him let me know what the situation in town's been since I've been gone.
Are you stabling your horse first, or?
Probably not just yet.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you can ride to Dexter's place because he would be home at this point. He opens the door for you and nods and says, "Welcome back, sir."
Yes. Good to be back. How have things been here?
Busy. They've got that big party tomorrow, and that's basically anyone can talk about.
Yes. Chances are I'm going to have to be attending that.
Oh, I should expect so.
Yes. Has my absence been noted?
Oh, no, I just gave the usual excuses.
That's good. Not in either capacity?
Oh, well, that's the other thing about it. Well, we had a wagon come through with some horses, no riders though. And sheriff's not happy about that situation. His reckoning is that it was a showdown between the hanging judge and some Renfields that got that wagon shot up. But well, the Hasses saw that some of their cargo was in it, and they don't know where the suppliers are, and they're blaming the judge for that.
That's unfortunate. Yes, unfortunately, the wagon did run afoul of Renfields. Unfortunately, we came upon it after when they were trying to use the said wagon for an ambush. And unfortunately, the suppliers are no more.
Yep, that's about what I figured. But I'll have a hard time explaining that to the Hasses, and they're pushing the sheriff for a full investigation, say that the hanging judge has gone too far this time, and if it wasn't for him, then the Renfields wouldn't be shooting up their shipments.
Possibly. But unfortunately, it wasn't me that they were targeting in this particular situation.
No, well, I would lay low on that point and try not to put too much of your this face forward, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sounds good. I think I will go return the horse to the stable, and yeah, I'm going to be laying low for a while.
All right. Well, I've got everything in order for you at the office, so let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, so yep, going to head back to the stable, stable the horse.
Boyd is there, smiles at you.
And slink either probably back to my residence or the telegraph office, whichever one's probably the most discreet.
Yeah, that would be your residence. The telegraph office is pretty centralized. So.
Fair enough. So yes, I will.
Slink,
yes.
Slink, slink, slink.
And reassume civilian identity and make my way towards the tavern.
Cool. Which one? The boarding house or the actual bar?
Probably the bar.
Cool. The cow catcher.
The cow catcher.
Secretly, August Westerly, ill-mannered reader of the Daily Planet, returns to his business.
Yes.
So I guess Eshin and I get up to the Greenwood house.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Greenwood house is fairly small. It's actually not far from where the Palmer house is, though the Palmer's house is significantly larger. As the Palmers have one kid and another one on the way and are wealthier, and it's just the Greenwoods by themselves. And you guys can make me perception checks.
No, I can't.
I got 26.
So as far as Eshin's concerned, that's I guess a house. People live in those things. You don't see why.
It's just another human building, whatever.
Yeah. Russell, this is a very well-built house. You would guess, considering from your knowledge of carpentry, that it was well-designed and well-constructed, and doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. There are some footsteps around here, but you don't think it seems with that higher roll that someone walked the perimeter, maybe even knocked on the door, but no one has been in or out recently.
Okay, so you think I could get closer to the front door?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll walk up, and if there's a window nearby, I'll try to take a peek in.
Sure, it's dark inside.
Okay. All right. A lot of dust there on the porch.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other footprints besides the ones we're making?
Yeah, actually, there are definitely some footprints as if someone has been here walking around the house. You'd say you don't have survival, do you?
Yes, I do, but it's
Oh, you
very
do?
low.
Oh, okay. You could make a survival check to try to figure out the tracks.
12.
All right. You'd say, someone wearing boots.
Okay. Maybe follow those around the side of the house.
Yeah, looks like someone maybe walked around the house, probably doing something very similar to what you were doing, looking in windows.
Okay.
And then headed back to town.
Okay. No shed or anything like that on the property?
No.
Okay. And the cellar door is locked, I assume?
There actually isn't a cellar.
Oh, okay. So. What? I'll wait until they discover tornadoes. Okay, so Eshin, no one's been here for a while. I don't know if Mrs. Greenwood did return to town. She certainly didn't come here.
Okay.
Let's head back to the bar and meet up with Chema and Alder.
All right, I'm with you.
All right, so we head back to town.
Are you guys heading for the Cowcatcher or the Green River?
Whichever one Rodrigo and Matthew went to.
You would guess that would be to the Green River, since that's where Alder typically lives.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we will head over there.
Cool.
I typically live. It's a thing.
The boy who lived. At the Green River Inn, located right off Highway 27.
In Redemption. Ask us about our Christmas club.
But don't be late. We close at 8.
So yeah, it is past dinner, so the place is a little quieter. Some people who are sitting around in the lobby sort of area, either playing cards or reading or having a drink. Shannon McDonough greets you when you come in. She says, oh, well, welcome back, Alder.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's to Alder, sorry. Wrong
Oh,
me.
thank you. Suddenly I sounded different for a moment. I had a frog in my throat.
You too, Russell. Though Alder, Dr. Barton was looking for you.
Oh, do we know where she is?
I assume at her home or offices, though I wouldn't necessarily recommend waking her up. But you're planning on going to work tomorrow, right? I think that's what she was concerned about.
Planning is such a broad term.
You are such an irresponsible young man. If I had a son as irresponsible as you, I would whip some sense into him.
Well, fortunately for both of us, I'm not nearly that young.
Oh, you look barely as old as my boy. I think you're still plenty young enough to get a switch to you. And we'll see what Dr. Barton has to say about you missing work.
I'll look for Chema.
I've found a corner.
Okay. I will go to the bar, get a drink, and then wander over to where he's sitting.
What did you find?
The house is...
Nothing.
Yeah, the house is empty. It's like no one has been there. There's dust all over the porch. It looks like someone else has been there looking around, but no lights in the windows, nothing. So if Mrs. Greenwood did come back, she didn't go home.
I see. Well, we have not been able to really ascertain her whereabouts through gossip, but hopefully Alder can figure that out for us.
Hmm.
What is going on tomorrow? Is there a party?
We know about the party, right?
Yeah, you've heard a few mentions of it
Yeah.
by this point.
And this is the one about the railroads?
Yes,
Okay.
Party at Miller Manor.
Yeah, there's a party tomorrow at the Miller Manor. There's another railroad company coming in, and it's kind of a big deal. A lot more jobs, a lot more places the lines can go. It's kind of a big deal for the city.
Yes. Are you going?
I don't believe I've been invited. I think this is more for the important people of the town. I'm just a carpenter, and I don't really work with the railroad at all, except for Mr. Palmer, who commissioned me to build the temple here in town.
Mm-hmm. I see. Would the Greenwoods normally attend?
Well, I would imagine that they would, since Mr. Greenwood is the chief engineer for the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that there would be other people. The newspaper would probably be there. Mr. Wexler or Whiskerly from the telegraph office would probably be there as well.
Yes.
Some of the business owners in town would probably be there as well. But really, when it comes to day-to-day workers, I don't know if we'd be invited to the main house proper.
Right. I feel like I need to get into that party. That would be a prime place to gather information. So once Alder makes his rounds, I'll see if he knows anybody who is going or if he himself is going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be a good idea for us to be there. What's Alder doing?
What is Alder doing? Alder has been tasked with checking on the gossiping.
Do we? How we haven't really talked about what is the population size of Redemption?
It fluctuates actually pretty wildly.
Like 10,000?
Yeah, it's about 10,000.
Okay.
But it doesn't always feel that way because a lot of the people who are living there are in kind of work camps that are on opposite sides of town. They're either so the kind of Miller's Railroad operates on the eastern side of town, whereas Palmer's Railroad operates on the southern edge of town. Okay. And so both of them kind of have camps in almost 10 cities where their workers live, though they do often come into town for meals and amusements and things like that. But those workforces are very fluid. They tend to come and go based on the construction schedule. Mm-hmm. So the actual permanent residency is significantly smaller.
So the city probably goes, like 10 blocks in either direction?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe 3 to 5,000 permanent residents?
Yeah, that's about right. Okay. And there are a few, so a lot of the nicer homes are to the north and west, so as kind of far from the tent cities as possible.
Mm-hmm. And so where then would be the Asian camps? Where would they be located at? Where would the shrine be located at?
The shrine would be in the Palmer camp to the south.
Okay. And
though there are Asian workers on that also work in the Miller's camp, but he was not interested in hiring someone to build a shrine for them.
Right. So there's enough people here to... Oh, I guess the other question would be, is there a fort or a military base anywhere near here? Or how many days' ride would that be?
That's a really good question. There is actually a Civil War area base, but it's about 2 days southeast, kind of closer to the port than it is to Redemption.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Fort Stinkin' Desert.
Okay, well, that should give everyone a little bit more idea.
But yeah, Redemption was effectively a cow town, a cattle ranching area before the Civil War, and became a railroad boom town after the Civil War. So there's no actual regular military presence here.
Okay.
It's a one iron horse town. So I'm going to do my thing and be gregarious and such and see if I can gather any information about the stuff and the thing.
Make a diplomacy check.
Ooh, do I even have one of those?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Man, I would hope.
Ooh, Dawn has diplomacy. I'll let Dawn do the diplomacy.
I mean, she is adorable.
That's true.
She can even roll to aid another by being so cute, except for the fact that Mrs. McDonough doesn't allow her inside.
Holy crap, I think I found where all my points went. Whoa. How do you feel about a 22?
I feel pretty good about a 22.
Looks like it rolled twice.
All right, well, I'll take the first one.
Thank you so much. I love you
Take the last
forever.
one.
Shut up, Rob.
Rob. So yeah, it's a little bit slimmer pickings right now because it's you're kind of at the wrong place, I guess, to get gossip at this time of night.
Yeah. It's hard
if you
to
were
diplomacy without the horses.
Yes.
you'd guess that the cow catcher might be busier this time of night than the Green River is, though the Green River actually seems a little quiet even for the Green River at this time of night. Usually there's some more railroad people that are, trying to get a good meal or flirt with some of the people that stay here or trying to get in a game of cards. Again, Mrs. McDonough tends to try to steer them away from here, but there's usually some presence. Some of the more, as she would put it, refined workers tend to hang out here, but it's a little quieter than you would expect. General gossip,
General gossip.
trying to think who would
Stop it.
be there.
Stuff.
So yeah, you hear a fair bit about the hanging judge, actually. That seems to be kind of the talk of the town right now, which is that he apparently, depending on who you talk to, shot a bunch of Renfields, shot a bunch of traitors, shot a bunch of traitors and Renfields, and that the sheriff is furious.
Well, that's not good. I shall take my gathered information and nonchalantly saunter.
Oh, I guess the other thing you would get with 22 is, the people of this town pretty well, and there are a lot of relatively unfamiliar faces in the boarding house tonight. This is not uncommon. You've been here for a while. When Miller holds parties, people tend to come from out of town for them. They're investors or engineers or prospectors or people who are looking for a cut of something. And some of them are probably caterers or tailors or things that are coming out of town basically to try to make money off of the party.
Nobody who looks overtly sinister or freakishly out of place or up to no good, other than us, of course.
I mean, there's a guy with like a very curly mustache, but...
he's
Detective
clearly
Evil.
in ne'er-do-well.
He does not detect as evil.
I was.
I'll call him a gourd-bellied codpiece and see if he rises to my bait. No, I won't.
Okay.
I will. Having gathered some information, I shall return to the surly-looking gentleman in the shadows and his surly-looking, much larger gentleman, and the charming young gentleman with the badge.
What did you find?
Wait, are you saying I'm surly looking?
Sorry, not surly. I meant to say salamander.
Scaly.
There you go. That's clearly what it was. Surlymander. Well, nothing particularly of note, although it seems that there are a lot of strangers in town and perhaps a few less of the railroad folk than I would expect.
Maybe they are cleaning them out for the party.
That would be a suspicion, or, well, no sense in engaging in supposition at this point.
They may be over at the cow catcher.
That's what I had wondered as well. Perhaps we should move our festivities there and see if there's any additional information to be found. I know that there seems to be some consternation on the part of the constabulary vis-a-vis a certain judge in a mask. Depending on who you ask, he's either a great hero, a terrible menace, a menace hero. There's a lot of different stories, none of which, of course, have anything to do with the reality of what did happen. So I believe that the sheriff may be taking an interest in the hanging judge's activities, which could be meaningful for us in the near future as well.
Right. What do you know about this party? I don't suppose you have a way in.
Do I?
I mean, Dr. Barton is almost assuredly going.
Well, I'm almost certain that my employer... employer is such a strong word. Dr. Barton is almost certainly going to go, which means that in theory, depending on how angry she is that I haven't actually been to the office in several days, there's a chance that I might be able to charm my way in. Possibly with friends. I won't make any guarantees, but...
I see. Well, I think that party is probably going to be one of the best places to get a lead on the Greenwoods. So if you can think of a way to get in, and more importantly, if you can think of a way to get me in, don't hesitate. I'm still going to try and find my own way in. If the three of you want to head over to the bar and see what you can find there, I need to walk around town and see if I can actually spot any of the issues that would be the telltale signs of what we're looking for.
Okay.
We can do that.
Russell takes his whiskey glass, downs it, slams it on the table. Let's go.
How do you do that?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. If you like drinking gasoline, I imagine.
Russell is already halfway across the room.
If you like drinking gas... What do you mean
you better
gasoline?
hurry.
I said kerosene. You need... perhaps there's something in your ear. Look, it's a quarter!
I don't have
You better
ears.
hurry up and catch a mesh, and I am not sure what your radius is.
No, I'll get up as soon as Russell does.
Okay.
I believe I'll go with them.
Okay. I will join you there in a little bit.
So we walk, what is it, a couple blocks over to the cow catcher then?
Yep.
Go inside.
You can hear this place from a few blocks away. It is loud. It's both loud from people talking and shouting at each other and also some form of music playing.
All right. So when we go in, does it look like some of the normal crowd that we would expect, or do we once again see a lot of strange faces? And
30 people yell, "Alder!"
That is certainly true about the Alder. And it actually is again a little shy on railroad workers, and a little high on out-of-towners.
Okay. I'll walk up to the bar. And who's the bartender? Would I know him?
Yeah, he. Sorry, I actually mixed up the names a while back. So Boyd is the stable master, and did I have down as the Bartender. Larry Thompson is the bartender.
Okay.
Larry.
All right.
And he's pouring a round of shots. He's like, good to see you, Russell. I've got something I just brewed up if you want to try it.
Yes, I think that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Of course. Where you been?
I've been out of town. I was helping a friend over the last couple of days over in Perdition.
No, I didn't know you had any friends down there.
Yeah, you meet some people as the railroad expands. What's been going on here?
Been quiet.
Looks like a lot of people not seen here before tonight.
Yeah. I guess fancy people in town looking for a drink. Though, Maria was here earlier if you wanted to see her.
Oh,
What was her name?
the lovely Maria.
Maria Rosa.
Maria Rosa, okay.
Yep. I think she was looking for you about some kind of project.
Yeah, I was wondering with the have you heard of anyone needing any help with the party, some construction stuff?
Yeah, that's what she was talking about. She's going to the party. She's apparently doing some expansion on Miller's house.
Okay.
And wanted to see if she could tap you for that.
Yeah, definitely. I will. Have you seen her around here?
Yeah, he looks around and gestures to she's sitting in a corner in her usual attire, which is kind of like a greasy work shirt, and has a glass of whiskey that she is drinking while laughing with a few guys.
Okay. I'll take some of his drink.
Cool. It is he tends to like to make his own moonshines, and they're pretty good. He likes to add, actually, Alder, you've helped him with this, put flavorful herbs in the spirits he makes to make them a little bit more like modern gin than terrible bathtub gin.
Okay. This is actually quite good, Larry.
Actually. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah. Could I have another? And actually maybe two. Eshin, would you like one?
No.
Smell it. Smells like outside.
That's why I don't want one.
Anything else I can get for you, big guy?
I don't think so. Thank you.
No, I was talking to the big guy.
Oh.
I can see it's not really past dinner time, but we might have some leftovers. I can see what I can find.
Okay.
Now, did Alder come with us or not?
Alder did come with you.
Okay.
He came with and basically immediately got swarmed by a group of people that recognized him.
And so he is telling a story.
Ollie will take the extra drink and approach Maria Rosa.
She looks up from the two guys. You recognize they're actually specialized railroad workers. One of them is a sort of steel forger. He kind of makes sure that everything is matching correctly, as opposed to the more effectively an inspector. So he would work under Greenwood. And then another guy you can't remember the name of, but you think also is involved in construction around here.
Oh, okay.
And she says, Russell, been a while.
Yeah. Hello, Maria. How are you?
Oh, keeping busy.
I brought you a drink. I hope that's okay.
Oh, that is quite nice of you. Thank you. She takes the glass and smiles at you.
This is my friend Eshin.
Hi.
Hello. Wow. You are quite tall.
So I'm told.
And funny. Well, she reaches out her glass to Russell and says, cheers.
Cheers. Drink it
She-
down in one swallow.
She does the same and tosses the glass on the table.
It's been pretty active here in the last couple of days. I've been out of town, but it looks like a lot of things are going on.
Yeah. I have been working. That's why I've been looking for you. I was hoping you could do an extra shift with me because Miller wants this new guest wing of his all ready for the party. And I think it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. I mean, we're probably gonna have to put some sheets to curtains. We're gonna go with curtains to make it look like it's not incomplete. But honestly, I mean, as soon as we're done, he's just gonna start on some new project. But you know, all these fancy people, he wants it to look all nice. And I was hoping, yeah, if you aren't have to go right back to the shrine tomorrow, if you could give me a hand, I could use your skills with a hammer.
How is the framing? Is it complete?
Oh, well, yeah, the framing is. Oh, if the framing wasn't complete, we'd be in real trouble. Yeah, no, the framing's good. We just need some paneling and to do the waterproofing.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea then to add some linens, some sheets, and we could hang some lanterns up from the inner structure, and I think that would make that a very nice, a pretty area.
Ooh, I didn't even know you had an eye for interior design. Man of many talents.
Thank you. Eshin is new to town, and he could probably be useful as well. And he can lift things, move things.
Well, I think most of the heavy lifting is done, but I don't know, take a look. I guess if we have to do some furniture lifting,
he can move in anything, big, small, heavy.
All right. Yeah, I'll. What's your going rate, buddy?
Huh?
You know, the average.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. So long as he's not, trying to get anything higher,
He's not specialized workers.
All right. Good old General Muscle. Yeah. Let me ask about that. And I would like to be able to work all day, but I have to go to a dress fitting. What a bore.
Okay. Are you going to the party on?
Oh, yeah. I got an invite. I'm very excited. Except for not really, because I think it's going to be really, really boring. But Mr. Miller insisted. He wants to, I don't know, show off my talents or whatever. And so I have to go to the tailor's tomorrow and get it all fancy like.
Well, I'm sure that that we can take care of that while you're doing your dress fitting.
Oh, well, I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it would be okay.
Okay.
I think we can do that, and we can start as early in the morning as you need us to.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. All right, I will. You know where the place is, obviously.
Oh,
so
yes,
okay, I can. I'll meet you there in the morning to show you what needs to be done, and then yeah, I think they want you to stay in the new wing because they don't want any muddy labor, sawdust, nails, anything going on with the rest of the decorating. So,
oh, sure, that's understandable.
Okay, but yeah, so long as that's clear, then that would be amazing.
Okay, excellent. And then I kind of pretend like I just noticed the other guy she's talking to. Oh, hello, gentlemen.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You. Wait, you know, Danny and Bill, right?
Danny, you work for Mr. Greenwood, right?
He nods, says, well, I guess I do. I haven't seen him around in weeks now.
Oh, really? That's a shame. I'd heard that he had gone out of town and was on a return trip.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Have there's been no word from his wife or from him?
I don't know. Not that I heard. I know the work stalled, but You'd have to talk to Mr. Palmer on that.
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing him at some point tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice to see both of you again, and Maria, it's wonderful to see you. I look forward to seeing more of you tomorrow.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you too.
All right. Well, my glass is empty. I'm gonna go back over to get a refill.
Oh, of course.
Come on, Ashen.
Okay.
So we go back to the bar and I get another drink.
Cool.
She's quite the handy woman.
If you say so.
I do say so. Why? You don't think she
Okay.
is?
Don't know what handy means.
She's useful. She's skilled. She's got so much.
Aren't all women useful?
Yes, but Maria's very handy.
Okay.
And I get another drink from Larry. In scene.
What's the matter? Like talking to Eshin?
Oh, no.
It is
Good night,
actually
everybody.
kind of difficult to be this quiet.
Oh, man.
Don't forget to write.
Aren't all women useful? Is going to be my new feminist mantra.
I want it on shirts.
All right. So, Mr. August Weskerly, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm probably just chumming it up here, enjoying a drink, seeing what people are having to say.
Cool. So yeah, you were able to see all of these guys come in, and overhear any conversations you would like.
And there, hanging from the buckboard, was a bloody hook.
Ooh.
Terrifying, really.
Is there any particular information you're looking to gather, or anyone in particular you're looking for?
Well, I haven't seen Miss Greenwood around, I assume. Has anyone?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, no sightings of either Greenwood.
Either Greenwood. Okay. Not particularly beyond that. Just was wanting to basically see if there's any new word on the street.
Yep, there's starting to get rumors going around, like some people say that William Greenwood went to Mexico and defected and is selling Palmer's technological train secrets to the Mexican government. There's some people that say Moira Greenwood ran off with a man in Mexico and William Greenwood's looking to find her. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I might make my way over to wrestle there and...
Oh. Hello, August.
Hey, good to see you back here.
Yeah. How have things been going in town since we were away?
I've been kind of away myself, but
okay.
Yeah, that seems to be going okay. Everything go good on your little excursion?
Yes and no. I mean, we didn't solve. But you remember Ashen?
Yeah. Hi.
We didn't really solve his problem, but we may have found some others, which is really weird.
Oh.
Have you seen the Greenwoods around?
No, they haven't been able to be found. There's plenty of rumors going around, but...
Rumors like what?
Oh, possibly, Mr. Greenwood's a traitor selling secrets to the Mexican government.
What?
Or Mrs. Greenwood's running off with another man to Mexico. And but, yeah, no, they've gone and no one's seen them back yet.
Wow. That must have really slowed down the work on the railroad.
I guess. I mean, they're still planning the big party here tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, I'm going over to Mr. Miller's house tomorrow to do some construction work.
Well, I'll see if I see you around there.
Maria helped get me the job.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But nothing really, no other news then, huh?
Not too much. I mean, apparently there's been a bit of a ruckus with the hanging judge.
Oh, Larry had mentioned something about that.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of, again, rumors.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm believing all the stories that people are saying. Have you ever met him?
No. Can't say I have.
I lower my voice. We met him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh?
But don't go spreading it around.
I think I can keep that to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's pretty intense.
Quiet
guy.
I see.
He doesn't talk very much.
No, I'd imagine not. What about our friend from down south? How's his little investigation going?
Well, we went out to the port city. Found some odd things there. Which led us back to here.
I see.
I don't know if I should be saying a whole lot right now, but I know he needs to file a report with his office. So he may be looking for you to get into the telegraph office.
Okay, well, yeah, if you see him, you can let him know I'm here. If it's urgent, I can make arrangements.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yeah,
Would
absolutely.
you like something to drink?
I think I'm good here, holding up a mug.
Okay, all right, excellent.
I might be interrupting you guys momentarily. It depends on what Sam says on my roll.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you rolling?
Perception.
Smell.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Scent.
Yep. I think that is
Hold on.
unlikely to get there because of the insane bonuses vigilantes get for this.
And probably because I was shoving all sorts of scented alcohols into your nose.
I'm having to.
Here's a juniper berry
look that up
gin
here.
and a.
This one tastes like juniper.
This one tastes like rose petal.
This one tastes
Oh,
like
this one
cherry.
tastes like.
We'll see how this
tastes
does.
like Alder's office. Yuck.
My office is pristine, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Son of a...
Wow, the mod is higher.
Oh,
So
wow.
Sorry, I guess I meant to do that secret like. But
that's hilarious.
Figure out how to do the secret roll.
So,
is it not /W, Sam? Yeah. Well, let's try.
So for people that are listening, so Rob rolled something for perception, right? Or insight?
Perception.
Okay, so he rolled perception. And so Brian had to roll higher than that to beat it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay. And Brian did.
He'd have to roll higher than me. Yeah.
He did by a factor of like
almost two.
It was almost impossible for him to
Pretty
actually
much.
beat you. So these I'll go ahead and say it then. There's absolutely no way that this is the same person as the hanging judge. This guy smells like, printer ink and or not printer ink, but ink and machinery and civilization and clean clothes, whereas the hanging judge smelled like desert and gunpowder and rope and blood.
And macho and manliness.
Yes.
desert gunpowder, rope, and blood.
Not
by
the
the
scented
way, is
water
by
of this.
Jeff Cover band.
Yes. August smells like scented
This is
water.
clearly some soft city human.
And here I was kind of worried that I haven't sunk any extra skill points into that skill here.
That's because you don't need it. That
Honestly,
bonus is
yes, but I was-
so good.
That
None of
was
us are
one of the
still-
points I was planning on plopping in there with this next level.
Well, too late now.
Yep. Well, yeah.
If only you had it, you might have rolled a 34.
There are people who could potentially pierce that, but Eshin is not one of them.
I'll bet I could.
I could if he
anytime.
rolls low enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Barely. If you roll
Barely.
maximum and he rolls minimum, you've still got it by like 2 points.
Yeah, still a +4 bonus would probably be a good idea there.
Ish.
I think your secret is safe.
For now.
Yes, for now.
You don't smell like that other feller.
All right, I don't interrupt anything. Ashen doesn't.
All right. Except for the fact that we interrupted to have like 4 minutes.
So anyways,
That's fine.
images. I really feel like we're going to crack
Ashen
that.
will not interrupt anything.
Good call. Good call.
Like within the next decade, I hope that we'll be able to be sending images over to Telegraph. It'll be great.
That would be. That'd be very disruptive, I think.
You think so?
I mean,
We're working on it. We're trying to figure out the formulas to hopefully streamline this process where we don't shut down the office for days while we send images. We're working on it.
oh, okay.
The big project actually being worked on that you've read some journals about is the wireless telegraph. The idea that you could send telegraphs over great distances, even to across the ocean, without having to lay the lines.
Yes. That'll be huge.
Yeah. Oh well. August. That's all well and good, but it's getting kind of late, I think, and I have to get an early start in the morning.
Oh, understandable. Yeah. You have a good one. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow as well. But I'll see you around.
Okay. Come on, Eshin.
Okay.
So we start to head back to the boarding house. We're all staying at the why stay?
Green River? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone stays at the Green River with the
Okay.
exception of August because he is fancier than the rest of you and has a house.
Oh well.
All
August.
schmaltzy.
Woo.
Well, and Ashen sleeps in
Well, that's what I.
Well,
need
yeah, and Eshin sleeps under a
in a
rock.
pit.
So
If you throw out a cardboard box, he'll climb in it.
It's a very comfortable rock.
Though that might have to change.
yeah, Eshin. How close do you need to be to me to do
I
whatever
don't know.
they asked you to do? So you'll be staying in my room tonight?
I guess.
Okay. I'm in. What room am I in?
7.
Yep, it's starting to hit him.
No, I'm asking Sam.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you've got a kind of simple permanent room in the boarding house.
Okay.
It doesn't have a second bed. If
Okay.
that's what you're asking.
I'm up in room 8. I'm gonna go up and you just wait like a couple of minutes and then you can come up.
Okay.
All right.
What's an 8?
Count. Do you know how to count?
I'll count to 10 in Calacian.
Okay, so 2 back from that last one.
I mean, you have no idea what he just said.
Well, I would imagine that if he's rattling off things in a
Fair
sequence and he counted to 10, I would say 2 back from that.
So it's a little hard because some of the words seem to blur together because they're very serpentine.
Oh, fine. Eshin, just go up the stairs and wait for me up there.
Okay. Go upstairs.
So then about a minute later, I'll go upstairs too. I'll say goodnights to some of the people that I know in the lounge area. Then I will retire upstairs as well, and Eshin and I will go to my room.
You could show him what an 8 looks like.
Too late.
Too late.
Imagine a snowman.
Snow?
Yeah,
In
that'll
Texas
explain it. That'll explain it to the desert lizard.
It's what you form when you go ice skating. You've been ice skating, right?
Right.
All right, so I go to bed.
Cool.
I assume Eshin goes to bed.
Eh,
You're tired.
lay down on the floor.
He walks in a circle
guess.
about 10 times before he lays down.
He's not a dog.
I didn't say
I
he was
paced the room a
dog.
few times.
Yeah, this is having all these walls is pretty uncomfortable.
If you need to open the window, you can open the window.
Opened. Yeah, probably. When I eventually lay down, it's in a position where I can look straight out the window.
Okay.
Folds his head over his tail.
That requires basically kind of propping yourself up against the bed. Since you're so tall, you almost have to lie weird. Like it's actually kind of uncomfortable because this is just not meant for this. You're gonna have to move a dresser to the side and effectively lean between the dresser and the bed so you can both look out the window and be lying vertically.
I meant like, I'm not actually out the window.
No, I mean
but my
so that
head
you'd
is-
have a view of the window, because otherwise your view would be up the ceiling.
Fortunately, though, Eshin doesn't know what the protocol is for furniture, so he probably just moves that dresser.
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah, Russell,
I only rent this room. Please don't destroy anything. That's not
you
mine.
just can see his even though like he's got this illusion up so that you just see his fingers, you can see the claw marks on the sides of the furniture that he's moving.
Eshin, no, please. I mean, just here. I'll help you. Get back up. Where does this need to go?
I need to look outside.
Fine. Here. Move some stuff around. Move some more things around. How's that?
That will work.
Okay. Are you good now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need anything?
Go to bed.
Okay, you go to bed too.
Okay.
And I'm sure I will say some meditation or something and then go to bed as well.
Om Churi Kuri Om.
No.
Rama Lama Ding Dong.
No.
Who put the bop in the bomb shabab shabab?
Also no.
Dear Buddha, I want a toy pony and a chicken and a...
Man, you are so insulting.
I'm not actually even there.
Yeah, there are a few mantras. Ideally, you do them as a sort of moving meditation before going to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And I sleep. Oh, how's my arm doing?
It's fine.
Excellent. Still have some cactus needles in me?
No, those she removed once she
Okay.
was done draining all the disgusting ooze.
Okay.
You
And
rode
the,
for 8 hours, so they'd have been driven into your flesh by now anyway.
Yeah. And there's basically no marks where those were. And the actual cut that was there that had gotten infected seems to be healing nicely.
Excellent. All right, well, unless anyone else has things to do tonight, I think we will end the episode right there. Thanks so much, everyone, for downloading and listening to our Weird Western. Oh, what's going to happen tomorrow, right? The party's tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think some stuff is going to go down.
Dun, dun,
Maybe.
dun, 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 dun.
In the meantime, head over to majorspoilers.com. We love reading your comments. If you have any questions, podcast at majorspoilers.com. And if you want to help us out, patreon.com/majorspoilers. We could really use it. I know that there's thousands upon tens of thousands of you listening to this show. And we would love to keep entertaining you week after week. And you can help us out by going to patreon.com/majorspoilers. Help us help you. Till next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.